intro?
All right, everyone. Welcome back to We Speak Podcast. Today we have Jonathan here as our guest.
Okay, so we have Alyssa as our guest. Thank you for being here. So I really appreciate her being here today. It means a lot. You know, she is my girlfriend. We've been together for about... Oh, man, I hate when I do that. I swear, I have a freaking... I think it's like a tick where I've noticed that sometimes I'll blink too much, or even when I'm talking too much, like my throat will feel like clogged or something, like pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Or too much, like you have to swallow.
Exactly, yeah. So I don't know. That's just an observation that I've made. But anyway, how are you? How's everything going?
Well, you know, just life, ups and downs here and there. But I'm thriving. I'm still here, still grateful for everything, and yeah, I'm still on the road to success.
On the road to success, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big statement. Where exactly are you? Where are we, Alyssa?
So we are almost done with our bachelor's, which is a huge achievement. As a lot of the people we know who knows us, we are pursuing doctoral degree for for physical therapy. So it's a long process, a long journey. Total of like 7 years of education. This is about our 4 years of school, probably more.
Definitely.
Yeah. And we're about to finish our bachelor's, and the next and last step of the schooling is the doctorate program.
That is the next step, and we've definitely come a long way, for sure. You know, I think you know, for those 4 years has been quite a journey for sure. You know, and it's crazy how we met. Do you wanna share with everybody how we met? Do you want me to start off? At least give my side, and then you can give your side.
Sure.
Okay, so for those of you who care, wondering, you know, I know not everybody cares about this, but anyway, so my side was that I think at the age of 24 was finally when I wanted to get back into school, so I went in and got my GED and everything. The first school that I was going to was Wilbur Wright College, right there in Chicago, real close to like Norridge and Harvard Heights area. So I started there, and then I was taking a couple of classes at Malcolm X, which is like on the west side. But it wasn't until I think the second semester. I'm sorry, so it wasn't until the second semester where I fully transitioned to Malcolm X, where I was taking most of my classes there, and then started like the applying process into like becoming a physical therapist assistant because they had a program there. So, you know, luckily I got in the first time I applied and everything. I was super grateful. That's a whole nother story. But, you know, when I got in, it was around COVID. When we both got in, it was around COVID. So our first semester was over the summer on Zoom. So all of our classes were on Zoom. It wasn't up until later where we finally got to go in person, and we still had to wear the masks and everything. So here I am, you know, feeling, you know, good to be back into school, great to be in a program like this. And honestly, when I first saw her, you know, she was kind of, jeez, this is crazy. So she was kind of hanging around this other guy, right? And he's also Filipino. So I imagine the case was like, hey, you know, you're from the Philippines, and we'll get into that. But you're from the Philippines, so you kind of had like an instant, you know, connection type of thing. So I kind of thought, you know, oh, okay, you know, I'm cool with this guy. You know, I'm not going to overstep and start, you know, talking with who I assumed maybe like closer than a friend. I don't know, you know, it's just whatever. But so I didn't want to talk to her. I felt like she was really smart, so she was totally out of my league. I'm like, there's not a chance that this girl would go with such a fool like me. But and then one day, you know, we were we were doing some sort of, what was it, like a lab or a skill check where we had to check like
Yeah.
recovery, heart rate or something like
I
that.
think the 6 minute walk
Walk
test,
test,
yeah,
yeah.
with the treadmill.
Yeah, so, I walked in, I kind of spotted her and I checked her out and I was like, okay, I'm kind of interested now. Like, now I have to, like, geez, this may be so inappropriate. But yeah, and then, um, we kind of started talking because her lab partner kind of started drifting away from.
Yeah, like weirdly.
So basically, she was working with my partner and I. We were studying together, and eventually, we both realized that we had a similar goal. We both wanted to become physical therapists. So I don't know. From then on, I just found the most clever ways to text you. If it was, hey, if you need some answers, here's some. I was trying to do anything, talk to her. And then, yeah, we kind of just kept talking from there and, we kind of started opening up to each other a little bit more. And now we're here.
Now we're here.
See, that's what happens to me, too. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. That came out of nowhere.
It's being on camera.
Anyway, my perspective. So I took a break from school, too, because I worked full-time at a nursing home, but mine was a whole different story, like why I took a break from school. It's a whole nother story. But anyway, I think I took a break for like 3 years after high school, and it was 2018 when I started going back to school. But my first school that I went back to is the Truman City Colleges of Chicago as well, but it's I think uptown. So I took like a couple of classes over there because it's closer to where I was working. But I ended up quitting that job anyway. So I took like a fall semester over there, and then the next spring semester is when I transitioned to Malcolm X. And then I don't remember completely when. I think a whole year after that is when we, well, yeah, like 2020 summer is when we started the PTA program, which, as he said, was around the COVID pandemic. So we started the program through Zoom. So we literally like met everyone through Zoom first, and I was just messing around. I was not a big fan of online learning, so I was looking through all of these tiles in Zoom. I was like, let me see all these faces, because I think there was only like 2 people that I know from before over there, so 2 familiar faces, and most of the people I really didn't recognize. So I was like, let me see all these faces. Let me see if there's a cute guy. So I was like, let me see. And then I was like, oh, look at this guy. He's so cute. His face, right? So for me, it was like the cutest. But I'm like, okay, I see you. And then
that's so wild.
I know, but it was just me because it's in my bedroom, so nobody was like with me. So it was just out of the blue, And then there was this one time I think after class or before class that Erin, our one of our professors, the program director, was like just doing a check-in, and she went something like,
so, oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So she went like, hey Jonathan, so how's your son? So she asked him about his son, and I was like, oh man, he's married. I'm like, he's married? Come on. I'm like, kind of like killed the vibe for me. But I thought he was married because he has a son, so I just assumed he was married, but I didn't know he wasn't. So
okay, so I mean, and honestly, you came from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Like way overseas.
Yeah, so my automatic assumption for that is like when someone has a kid, they're married.
Right.
Yeah, so because it's like the culture for us.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's so wild that we met because you literally came from the other side of the world, and every single step that we've taken in our life and our path has led us to just meet in some
like a
place.
single point.
Isn't that wild? Has anybody else experienced that? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
And honestly, I started noticing that people from the Philippines, people from Argentina, I think Finland, and I think Thailand and Mexico, a little bit of Spain maybe. Sorry, I'm forgetting. But a lot of people from different countries have been, watching the podcast. So I'm like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, it shows you like the demographics and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So thank you guys. And I mean, it's
we're worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah. We're trying to get there, and eventually I do want to travel and start interviewing people, having the podcast with people from different countries, have different perspectives that we may not know about. But being from the Philippines, how was it growing up? Where did you grow up around? Like, just how was it for you?
It's very different, honestly. So I grew up. So there's three of us. I'm the youngest, and before I even turned a year old, my mom had to leave me behind to my grandma because she works abroad in Hong Kong to provide for our family. She was the main provider, like financially, in our family back then. And my grandma was the one who was taking care of us, my grandma and my grandpa. So among the three of us, I was the one who grew up mostly with my grandma. So with that, basically, my grandma knows me better than my mom and my dad. I mean, they would come back, or they would come home for like a month or two maybe, and then go back to Hong Kong or wherever they are. That's basically like the routine for, I don't know, 10 years or so maybe. Experience-wise, it's a whole different experience over here because schooling, we have uniforms, so we have certain uniforms that we have to wear every day. We have like a schedule from this time in the morning, we have to go to school until a certain time, and then after that, we go straight to back home, and then we're not allowed to like go someplace else and like go play or whatever. And then weekends, my grandma kind of forces us to like go to church and practice dance and like join the ministry and stuff because I was a born again Christian in the Philippines. I don't know if it's a thing here in the United States, but some kind of a Christian. Anyway, so Sunday obviously is mostly a church day too. So that's mostly my life. I didn't have any like social time, like sports, hobbies, and all that.
Really?
Yeah. So it was really like a strict childhood.
I hear you. So, I mean, what did you do for fun if there was anything that you could do while you were there?
From what I can remember, there was a time that I was into writing, like poetry.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have this like notebook, like a journal thing that I would keep and like write.
Do you still have that?
Poems. No, I don't, because I left it behind when I moved here and when I came back home, which was like 7 years after. It was, I don't know, somebody like threw it away.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So, what part were you from again? I think it was Batangas, right?
Yes, I'm from Batangas in the Philippines, like 2 hours away from Manila.
Okay, interesting. So, at what age did you first come to the U.S.?
I was 16.
You're 16?
I was 16.
Wow.
That's back in 2011. Don't do the math.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Jeez.
And I came alone. Like, I flew alone. Because my mom and my sister came here first, and then my dad did. And I flew by myself, and my brother came the year after.
Okay. So how did you transition with the entire change of just like coming from a totally different country and coming into here?
Honestly, I was excited because well, in the beginning when my sister and my mom left, I was scared because again I was gonna be left behind, and I was um, well aware back then already because I'm a grown up already. Well, not a grown up, but like I know what's going on already. I wasn't a kid anymore, and I keep feeling like I was being left behind, and I was like at that time I was like, oh come on, I'm being left behind again. They're leaving again, and then um, and so when it was my time to like come and join them here, I was really excited, and it was funny because I really never felt homesick at all after I moved here. It was like a whole new beginning for me. It was like a fresh start. I didn't miss home. I didn't want to go back, even if it was like after 7 years that I was even
Wow.
able to. Yeah, it was funny.
Wow, 7 years. See, I can't imagine doing that kind of stuff. It was, I mean, I did move around a lot, but to go to a completely new country and, I don't know, I can only imagine. But what are some of the things that you liked and some of the things that you didn't like about that?
Well, first of all, it was easier to like get what you want here, like clothes, um, food, the type of food that you would want to eat. Um, Life is harder over there. Cost of living is high, and it's harder to earn money. So being here, there's more opportunity to like earn money, and with earning dollars versus pesos, it's more money as well. So it's like you get more money and you can buy more stuff. So I think that got me excited as well. It's part of the things that got me excited. And I don't know, it's just really a whole new fresh start for me.
I hear that. So, you know, how is everything now? What? Because I mean, you mentioned that we're in school and we're pursuing this career, but besides that, how is everything else? How is your relationship with like your friends, your family, maybe schoolmates? How is everything as a whole at this point of your life?
Everything is all so um it's hard to explain everything as a whole because it's been a long process. Like my social life has not been the same since I was in the Philippines. When I left the Philippines, I graduated high school there. Um, I was bullied there, and that changed a lot um, in my life, socially mostly, and it changed the way I interacted with people and made friends and all that stuff. So when I came here, I think it's part of why I um, enjoyed the fresh start. I was looking forward for the fresh start because it's a new environment, it's a new life, basically.
So what? Really quick, like what was it that you were being bullied for?
It's really silly. So during my second year of high school over there, I was kind of popular in boys
Oh, okay.
to boys. So I've been getting a lot of like attention from boys.
Okay. I mean, I don't know why, but
sorry, but and I had this big group of girlfriends, and I really wasn't able to like prove it, but I felt like one of those girls was the one who was behind the bullying, because it was some kind of cyberbullying. So someone was sending messages and spreading rumors about me like having sex inside the bathroom.
Wow, I mean,
in the room.
you could have used the whole word like intercourse, or I don't. You just went on and threw that word out there. That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
Sorry, but
No, I'm just curious. But go ahead.
But that so anyway, so they were just making rumors and even making like fake videos and stuff.
Fake videos.
Yeah, fake videos and stuff, and to the point where I received death threats. So I had
By other girls.
By whoever was sending that message, because I wasn't able to prove who it was.
And how old were you at the time?
I was 14.
So death threats by 14-year-old girls.
I have no idea who it was.
I got Jones messing. Go ahead.
But anyway, so with all that mess, I didn't find any support from the school staff, from whoever, like the kind of support that would actually protect me. So after that school year was done, I had to move to another school to try to like have a fresh start too, but it really wasn't the same.
I hear you. I mean, have you experienced any sort of bullying since like coming here to US?
Nothing as bad as that one, no.
Really? What kind of bullying have you experienced here?
I wouldn't say like bullying. I would just say like some kind of discrimination because of race.
Really?
Yeah, like indirect. I don't know. It's hard to say like just indirect probably.
Meaning?
At workplace.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I hear you.
I think it's too I don't want to like mention the whole thing because they would figure it out.
Oh, you mean like current?
Not
like
the current, the
previous,
previous one.
Okay, I hear
previous one, because it was the reason why I left the job. So
yeah, no, I hear you. Because I was gonna say we're a little too old to experience bullying. You know.
no,
I mean, are we though? No, that was probably a
not.
bad statement.
But
Yeah.
we're old enough to like fight back or protect ourselves.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think you used that right. Because I went through some bullying when I was younger. I kind of drifted off hanging out with like older kids, and
I feel like nobody can bully you.
well, I mean, they can certainly try, you know, but no. So yeah, I went through a little bullying. It was mostly same thing, race. They were calling me like Mexican and all sorts of names because they were all mostly Polish and whatnot. But that was a long time ago. It's totally different now. I haven't experienced that in a very long time. It'd be interesting if I did. I almost welcome it. You know, I think it's kind of funny. But people are gonna think I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, bullying. That's such a crazy thing that has. I almost want to say evolved over time, because now we see things going on. We hear a lot of stories going on in the world right now. You know.
Yeah, but if you imagine, because when was that? I think the year that I was bullied was 2008. That was around the time where social media or technology isn't even all that yet, especially in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So there's no two-way authenticators. there's no way to actually like find out right away who's doing that.
And that's what I'm saying. Imagine even further back when there was no sort of technology, computers, internet.
Yeah.
How was the bullying going down?
So
How do you think it went down?
it's hard to explain because I don't know if the viewers are gonna be able to like
Wait.
understand it because it's SIM cards like the SIM cards that we put in the phones.
Yeah.
So in the Philippines, when it's prepaid, you can put it on and off. So per like carrier, you can use it like on and off. So the user of one SIM card would only use it to send the messages, and after they send that message, they take it off of their phone, and so they can't be traced.
No, I get it, but and I just realized, like this was so dumb of me, but obviously like there was still bullying going on at like schools and stuff. Like, you see the stereotypical big insecure kid who bullies like the smaller kids and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see that like on cartoons and shows like that? That's probably how it was back then. I feel like I just answered my own question. But yeah, no, bullying was it's quite interesting.
But now there's more awareness.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mentioned, it's definitely evolved. People hopefully know how to handle those things better, and if you are definitely experiencing any kind of bullying, I probably suggest not. I mean, yeah, get the right kind of help, but what is the right kind of help? I think the only way you can help yourself is to kind of educate yourself and go to someone, I guess like an authority figure that can help you out.
Mm-hmm.
How would we? What do you think? If somebody out there was getting bullied, say at school, and they're younger, what advice would you give them?
So here in America, there's a lot of like resources. So there's like crisis hotlines. So even if people in school isn't helpful, there's the crisis hotlines that you can contact. But if you would want to go to the school first, obviously there's like the counselors, there's the I don't know, any authority figure really. But if, like I said, they're not helpful, you can go to the crisis hotline and they should be able to help you. For other countries, I really don't know. It depends on what they have as resources for these kinds of stuff. Because as of now, I'm not sure if in the Philippines there's such thing, something like that. Because in my experience back then, where I went to is the counselor and the principal, and they were not able to help me. They listened to me, they listened to what I had to say, but they didn't do anything.
They were just like, all right, get out of our office.
Yeah,
we gotta basically do Filipino things.
Basically.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
They called my parents. My parents were informed.
Yeah.
They picked me up or whatever, and that's it. My parents didn't do anything about it either. But the psychological effect of that is
stuck with you.
Yeah, stuck with me for until now.
I hear that.
And sometimes I can't even like tell.
And so, okay, I guess I'll start by admitting this. A few people refer to me as like I used to be a bully. Dude, I was short. I was like short, definitely shorter than a lot of my peers right now, I would say. But I don't even know. I always joke around like, oh, I was troubled. I was a troubled child. But in reality, I think that was kind of part of it, of just me feeling, I guess, insecure and like wanting acceptance or something like that, or attention even. I mean, who doesn't want a little bit of attention growing up? We want to feel like we're fitting in or something. But yeah, so I messed around a lot, but I never really, I mean, I guess, like, who would say that there's levels to bullying? But I never really did anything that I believe would have crossed the line.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think you did something to actually like torture someone.
Yeah, no, like I never freaking tortured somebody every single day or anything like that.
Kids can be kids. They would like mess around, like you said, but bullying is different.
Yeah, like I never stuffed somebody in a locker, or I don't know, did something like just violent, like nothing physical. No, there was this one guy. Mike, I'm gonna share this story right now. So one of my old friends, whatever, you know. But so when we were younger, we always used to have a bathroom break in grade school, right? So I don't remember how it started. Probably we both saw each other, and then it was probably me. I was getting the paper towel and I got it wet, and I started throwing it at him. So then when we ended up in the same class, one of us would ask to go to the bathroom, and we would make eye contact with each other, like, you know what time it is, to come meet in the bathroom, get the paper towels, wet them, and just start smacking each other with it. But you see, that was all in fun, you know.
Yeah.
And besides that, maybe just, yeah, I can admit to a little bit of name calling. I was body shaming some people. I'm so sorry.
But also,
Oh man.
there's difference between bullying between girls and bullying between boys.
No, I'm sure.
Because boys, they bully each other like physically, and girls mostly they bully each other psychologically.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So
But
you're not gonna you would barely see like girls like pulling each other's hair, yanking them, whatever.
yeah, unless it comes down. Or,
yeah,
yeah.
being physical with each other, but they play. You know that saying they say, girls play dirtier than boys. Have you heard that?
Might have. Yeah. Doesn't ring a total bell, but yeah. Well, and another thing, I was much younger. You know, I just want to get that out there before people start listening and say, "Oh my God, he's a terrible person." Like, changes have happened. You know, definitely matured a lot, I would say. But
he's not that troubled.
No, I'm not that troubled anymore. That's so awful. Okay, but I think the point of the conversation here is, don't bully people. Don't try to make somebody's day worse, you know. Don't even try to make it bad to begin with. Even if you are having a bad day, I guess,
don't put it on someone.
Yeah, don't put it on somebody else. You never know what they're going through. You never know, you know.
You never know the effects and how long it's gonna last on them. They're gonna carry it for the rest of their lives, for all you know.
Yeah, and they'll remember. I'll remember. So don't bully anybody, because we're dealing with an ex-bully. Jeez, I'm 5'8" on a really good day.
A really good day.
Don't mess with me.
Did you wake up tall today?
Did I what?
Wake up tall today.
Did I wake up tall today? Yeah, I'm feeling 5'8" today. On my bad days, I feel
5'6".
5'7", never 5'6". No offense to my 5'6" homies, you know, y'all stand tall, you know what I'm saying? But like, dude. Yeah. What a topic. What excuse me.
You know, you never let me finish my story.
What were you?
My perspective on how we met.
Really?
Yeah.
What part did you get to?
Just the Zoom part.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. The cute thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so the Zoom part, and then I thought it was Marion, so I kind of like stopped like drooling over him. I'm just kidding. But then, like you said, after we started meeting in person, like the whole class, we had our masks and stuff. We kind of started like talking amongst each other, because you were like, you've gotten close to my partner.
Yeah.
The Filipino guy that I was talking about. So we would like go get lunch together, and there was this one time he was trying to like let me sit in front, because he thought that me and the Filipino guy had a thing, but we really didn't. He was just like a brother to me or something. But I was like, no, no, you can sit in front. So he sat in front, and then the topic went to something like, you used to be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I went like, you were an alcoholic? Me too. I got so excited. Because at the time I'm not like alcoholic, but I love to drink. I drank a lot.
In your mini fridge.
Yeah, and I showed him the picture of my mini fridge in my room, which is full of alcohol. Literally no juice, no water, no food in it, just plain alcohol. He was laughing at me because he thought it was funny. And then what else? And then from then on, we were just like talking back and forth. And like he said, he would try to talk to me in the weirdest way. He would like text me. It's like after like a practical exam, he's gonna text me like, "Oh, here are the questions that they ask." Like,
oh my goodness.
They're gonna ask like this and that, and I'm like, I was sitting in the library. I was like, why is he texting me all these questions? I didn't even ask for them. I'm like, okay, thank you. Like,
that's so tough. Do you remember the time when I texted you because it was Eduardo's birthday and he brought in cupcakes, and I took that opportunity. I'm like, hey, there's cupcakes up here if you want to come up and grab some.
Where was I? I was like downstairs somewhere.
Yeah, you were in the, I want to say the gym maybe?
Yeah, for some reason I was at the gym, and then he was in one of our classrooms upstairs, and one of our classmates, Eduardo, it was his birthday, so he brought like cupcakes. He was like, there's cupcakes over here, but I don't eat cakes or cupcakes. So I was like, oh, thank you. He was like, he took that opportunity to text me.
I'll try it. I tried anything.
What else? What else did we like?
So basically, I think I don't want to say what really did it for me, but for the longest time, you know, I was definitely in the mindset where I wasn't thinking about getting into a relationship, but I always said that if I were to, it would be with somebody who I would want to like build with. And I don't know, when we brought up that we both wanted to be physical therapists, I don't know, I guess something just like clicked, and I was just kind of seeing a future with you. And like, it's so odd, it's so weird because we weren't even like together at the time, but like as we talked more, like just over text even, we got to a point where I was just texting you daily and nightly even, and little by little we started opening up to each other of our experiences, our past, and you know, our goals, everything we want to do in life, what we've been through. And I just remember feeling, I think we both kind of felt this, because I remember you say, oh my God, you're perfect. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I remember that.
I remember that.
And then everything just started feeling so right, kind of like, hey, this is somebody who I would want to be in a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? So that was at least my side of it. And then
it was pretty close to mine, honestly, because I was also at the point. Well, I wasn't like actively looking for
some of this
for a partner, but when I found you, I saw.
Can't resist.
This is always what I say whenever someone asks me, like, what do you see in him? I always tell them that when I look at your eyes, I see your soul.
Oh man, that's scary.
Like, it's hard to explain. It's just, I see a whole different version of you that you're not trying to like show me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the first that I've heard something like that. Okay.
And then we would talk about the moon. We would talk about the stars. Remember?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We talked about the moon so much because at the time when we were in the program, it was basically like a full-time job, like 5 days a week.
Mhm.
And I was living on my own at that time. In Norwich, I had my nice little single bedroom suite, so it's a little bigger than it was like the size of a 2 bedroom, but I had like this large space, kitchen, balcony, all that stuff. It was awesome. But just want to throw that brag in there. I was at the top floor, I was nice, whatever. But to get by, I was doing Uber Eats, so mostly every night I would go and drive for about 3 to 5 hours, sometimes more. As long as I could make $100 in a night, that would be like my cue to just call it a night. So I mean that along with other responsibilities, of course, that's what I was doing around that time. And every night you would talk about the moon, tell me when it's going to be a full moon. I think I told you my interest about the stars, which is I'm basically getting into this. So
I was gonna say that too.
So this is something that I got. I honestly forgot when I got you this. Maybe it was for your birthday.
It's our first Valentine's.
Our first Valentine's? Oh, okay. So it was our first Valentine's, and I'm going to tell you guys what she got me. So I go out and get her something, real nice and adorable like this.
So this is, explain it.
Okay, so at the top it says, the day we became potatoes, and that's an inside joke we'll get into as well. But these are basically how the stars were aligned in her hometown in the Philippines. So these were the stars above, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Tanawan, Batangas.
Batangas, Philippines, on the 6th of December, 2020 at 3:07 a.m. because obviously the times are different. But when we became official for the first time, it was
December 5th at 1:07 a.m. And in the Philippines, it's December 6th, 3:07.
So this is what the stars look like above her hometown when everything just connected. Right? So I get her that. And you guys want to know what she gets me? She gets me this huge box, right? We're at my place and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what could it be? It's probably a lot of items. It's probably something really cool, right? Huge box. I start opening it. I pull out this massive air fryer. I'm like, oh, that's funny.
In my defense, before that, he's been talking about getting an air fryer. So I got him an air fryer because I thought he would like it. And he's into this all eating healthy routine back then. So yeah, you were still, yeah.
I was, yeah, no, definitely.
So I was trying to support all of his diet shenanigans.
It's just funny how an air fryer, just who gives an air fryer?
The first thing that he did is laugh at me for it.
But that reminds me, actually, every morning we would go to school. I would wake up extra early just to prepare protein pancakes
with blueberries.
Blueberries, fruits. What else would I have on there? I think eggs. I don't know. Eggs, oatmeal.
And then you'll have the tea.
Oh yeah, some tea for the morning. Jeez, I was trying to impress you so bad. What's up with that? What's up with guys
He doesn't do it anymore.
No. And that's exactly what I was going to say. What's up with guys wanting to impress their new female friends? Maybe I'm saying that wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like their new partner. Like I feel like in the beginning, we'll go above and beyond to impress them. Like,
yeah, what's up with you guys?
I don't know.
And not keeping up with it.
Well, what do you do? What did you do in the beginning?
Yeah, well, what do I do now?
Yeah, that's true. Fair point. Yeah, that's so interesting how that happens. Jeez. Props to the guys who do that throughout the whole relationship. Like, that's tough. Honestly, that is hard. Like,
yeah, it's really hard.
That's tough. I'm sorry. No, I get by.
That's hard.
I get by. I hit you with surprises a lot.
You do.
You do.
And every time you do, it's really unexpected. So that's what I like about it. Like I really didn't expect it. Like my last birthday.
Oh yeah.
Like a few days before my birthday.
Something you've never seen, yeah.
Yeah. So I've never seen the green Chicago River for my birthday is on St. Patrick's. I've never seen the green dyed Chicago River ever in my life because I don't know, it just never happened ever since I moved here. And then he said he's gonna make it happen for this year. I was like, okay, but I worked that day. Um, but he's like, it's okay, we're gonna make it happen. And then a few days before my birthday, he's like making these comments out of nowhere. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm so broke. I can't take you to a nice dinner because I'm really broke. I can't afford it. Blah blah blah. I'm like, it's okay. I really don't mind. I'm like, it's not a big deal. All I want is for us to like spend time together during my birthday and just celebrate it together. It's fine. Like we can even like have McDonald's and I'll be fine with it.
You did say that?
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, okay. And then after work, he took me downtown to see the Green River for the first time.
Got such great parking.
Mm-hmm. And so he made that happen. And he's like, oh, so I found this little burger place over here, and I don't know, it looks like it's decent, so let's just try it.
I was like, just a little cheap hamburger place,
yeah.
You know, it's just right down
I'm
this
like,
way.
in my head, I'm like, we're in Michigan, and I'm like, little burger place, but I'm like, okay. And then he parked somewhere, and then we were like we're walking, and then he turned to this fancy restaurant, and
Gibson's, right?
McCormick and Schmick's.
McCormick and Schmick's, my bad, I'm sorry.
McCormick and Schmick's, and he reserved a personalized birthday dinner for me. And the menu has my birthday, happy birthday, Alyssa, and he gave me a really nice birthday dinner.
Mm-hmm. Got you
Patagonia
really gift card as well, you know. Mm-hmm. Patagonia.
Our favorite
If it ain't on ya.
Sponsor us.
Please, Patagonia. Oh my goodness. Sponsor my entire closet right now is Patagonia.
Come on, sponsor us.
Jeez. But anyway, yeah, so we sit down at a nice booth and everything. It's really nice. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm feeling a dessert as always, so you know." But so our server comes over with the creme brulee, and it says, "Happy birthday, Lisa."
I was like, who's Lisa? Like out loud, I didn't even notice myself like saying it out loud. And our server was like, is that not your name? My manager said that was your name. Like, oh no, it's Alyssa. It's not Lisa.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Lisa.
Happy birthday, Lisa. We took your creme brulee. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
It's so funny.
So how are you liking NIU so far?
It's not bad, honestly. I'm pretty chill with it. I'm cool.
This thing is like hurting my freaking knee over here. Jeez. So okay, that's better.
Yeah. I like it. It's pretty chill. Not too crazy. Not too quiet either. Just chilling, really. And I'm happy I got to have the opportunity to run a club with you. It's a big responsibility and an honor, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah. NIU's been great. I mean, even at our age, you know, just coming into a university like this at an older age, definitely, if anything, at most provides a good story, a good experience. Just to let you guys know, like, even if you are older or anything like that, and you feel, for any reason, you want a career change, you want to do something different, it's always going to be there for you. The opportunity is always there. I only say that from personal experience. I mean, I'm here, I'm doing it right now. So, I mean, but anyway, like, yeah, NIU's been great. You know, it's definitely a lot of opportunities, a lot of cool people around here. A lot of ways to get involved, community-wise, school-wise, and like you said, we're running a club. We actually reinstated the pre-physical therapy club because after COVID, it kind of all just shut down ultimately, and we've worked with the current DPT cohorts to kind of see what they do on a daily. We did like a lab with them. We were able to guide some individuals into getting jobs at Northwestern Medicine Hospital here at the local Kishwaukee, um, as well as volunteer opportunities, which is great. We've done activities like bowling. We've had some pretty good meetings. We had a gala at the end. We've had some fundraisers. We've had some fun times overall. I don't want to bore you guys with too much of that, but we stay pretty busy out here.
It's such a nice way to give back, because when we were in their position, when we were just starting, it was actually hard to navigate like the whole journey, because nobody's like guiding us like what the next step is, what the next requirement is for us to like prepare for. So with us knowing what there is to prepare for and having us guide the people like below us, or like the younger people, I think it's like a nice way to like give back to the profession, to the community as well.
Yeah.
Because we know how hard it can be. So.
And then I like to take it a step forward and kind of advocate for those who feel discouraged with, even taking a step towards education and the academic route. I know how it feels to kind of, feel dumb. That's a big one. I know how it feels like to feel dumb, like you're the dumbest kid in your school. But man, the world is just full of possibilities. I think anything's possible. I don't know, I guess it's a matter of getting into that right mindset. But like she said, we know what it feels like to kind of not know what to do. So preparing ourselves, naturally, we just feel like we want to give back and help anybody however we possibly can. So that's been our goal here, honestly, with the whole club and getting involved. Of course, we want to try to stand out ourselves. We want to, be able to do more. But it's just something about helping somebody that's just, really fulfilling.
Yeah.
That feels great.
Which is what also drove us to become physical therapists, our passion for helping others.
Absolutely, yeah. I started as a personal trainer right out of high school, and that's after I was, cleaning up the gym, opening and closing, and doing all that kind of work. Like, basically went from like custodian, janitor, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. I started with that, and then I moved up to front desk, which was kind of sales, because I was also like trying to get more memberships. And then during the time I was like studying and preparing to become a personal trainer, and then when I finally did, they closed the small gym that I was at in Des Plaines called Cardinal Fitness. They closed it. So then after a while, my friend Nico Florecki, shout out Nico, I'll always remember this, was always telling me, yeah, come to Export, this, that, a lot of growth here. And I did apply to an Export, and I got hired in the one in, I always forget the street name, Elston. It was the one on Elston. That was like one of the first Exports, and it used to be like a powerlifting house or something. And then I transferred to the Export to work with Nico. I was with Angel. We had this guy named Nick as our GM. Val was the AGM. We had such a blast there. We were working it though. We were working hard there. But basically, that interaction with people, working with people, kind of stuck with me. It felt really good. It felt like I was destined to work with people in that form of way, whether if it was like improving their quality of life or just being there for somebody who needs someone. I really enjoyed that, so eventually I decided to take it a step further One of my clients that I was working with at the Norwich Export kind of brought it to my attention. Because when you work with people for so long, you start to open up to them. I'm sure you've had a lot of these experiences as well.
Absolutely.
And I kind of shared that I've always felt down a little bit because I always kept thinking about like school and everything and how I wasn't able to do it. Her kind of just giving me that little push that I needed. Like I'll always be so thankful for that because she mentioned physical therapy. She said one of her family members were a physical therapist. So the more I looked into it, the more interested I got. But honestly, it wasn't until way later when I went back to it and I started digging more into it and started taking all the steps, figuring it out, getting totally sober and everything. But
what she said stuck with you, basically.
Absolutely. And honestly, I didn't know it was a doctoral degree. I didn't know because I just typed in physical therapist and I saw all the requirements. I'm pretty sure I saw the DPT, but I didn't know it was a doctor of physical therapy. But when I saw that it was 7 to 8 years, that I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it by all means because I felt like I lost 7, 8 years of my life, like being out of school, feeling like I'm just like lost and stuck in some place. So I felt, okay, I'm going to do it and I'm going to get my time back. Theoretically, logically, probably impossible to get time back, but you kind of get what I mean metaphorically. Yeah. So that was another, motivator for me to get my time back is to stick through this and get through it. So yeah, just felt like sharing. I don't know if you guys care or not. I hope it inspires you in any way possible. If you're saying forget this guy, I don't know who he thinks he is, or hey, maybe he has a point. Go do something about it. Go do what you gotta do.
But yeah, for those who are like thinking of like changing career paths and you're worried about your age, don't, because I changed my career.
You did? A few times. Yeah, a few times.
3 times. So in the beginning, I thought I wanted to be a chef because
that would have been something. That would have been awesome.
Both of my parents are good cooks, so I got that inspiration from them. I went to culinary school before I moved here, actually, and I finished it. I finished the school, but then after that, I really didn't feel fulfilled. So I felt like something was still missing.
So what exactly did that feel like? Do you remember?
I mean, yeah, I learned how to cook. I learned the techniques. I learned different cuisines, but it really didn't feel like I earned something, if that makes sense.
Was it? And this is gonna be
because culinary isn't like an associate's degree or it's like a shorter degree.
Okay.
So the school that I went to in the Philippines is just a 6 months school because I went to that school because I knew that I wouldn't be able to stay there for longer because I have a plan of moving here. So that's also a reason why I went to that school. But yeah, basically you have like a quick lecture. You go to the kitchen, learn how to do the recipes yourselves. We have guest chefs for every cuisines. So we had chefs from Spain, we have chefs from Japan, literally different chefs for different cuisines.
Oh, I hear you. That's awesome, by the way. But did you feel? Oh, man, I don't want this to come off the wrong way. But did you feel like you were? Because you said you were lacking something. I'm trying to hold off on this as much as I can, guys. I don't want it to sound wrong to anyone pursuing anything that they're passionate about.
No offense to whoever is pursuing culinary.
Right, pursue what you are most passionate about. What makes you happy?
Yeah.
Truly.
What makes you feel fulfilled?
Yes, exactly. What doesn't feel like work at the end of the day? That kind of stuff is real, but we'll get into that. So, did you feel like you kind of lacked respect?
No, it's not that. It's not the lack of respect. It's just that I do it. It doesn't feel like it's work for me. It's just that I don't feel the sense of accomplishment or the sense of fulfillment.
Okay.
It's just that I feel like something's missing. Like I like what I was doing. I was not bored of it. I was not I didn't hate it. It's just I felt like it's not enough. That's really it. I love to cook, you know that. I love cooking. I love learning how to cook new recipes. But it's just it's more. I think it's more of a hobby than like a passion for a career at that point, or even at this point, because I still cook. I still cook a lot, but
absolutely, I hear you.
Just not for a living.
So no, I hear you, and I only say that because I think it wasn't a factor for me. Like, it wasn't another reason for me to pursue the career that I'm pursuing now. But it's just one of those jobs. I think it's a white collar job considered, because it's like medical profession. So in today's society, I guess it's like looked at as like a well-respected job, and honestly, I think anything in healthcare is just very highly respected. That's just my personal opinion, of course, because I mean, you're there, you're helping people, and it's, to me, I'm just really passionate about that, like helping others. So it's probably why I've developed that, viewpoint on that. But I don't want to say I'm like after respect. Like, I could probably care less of what anybody thinks, as far as like respecting me or anything. But that factor does come along with such a job, just like a police officer or a firefighter, or anybody who takes care of you, anybody who tends to you, your server, people who serve you food. We're so appreciative of that kind of stuff. So I mean, those kind of things where you're helping, when you're providing for somebody else, like that to me is like very well respected. But if you're sorry, it's really quick, but my personal opinion, but if you're the kind of person who is taking money from people's pockets, like when they're in a vulnerable stage, that I can't, and I came from that. I don't like that. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion.
No, for me, it's just
do something about it. I'm just kidding.
For any profession, I have respect as long as you're doing your job and you're not harming anyone or like stepping over any people.
Like scammers, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah, so I have respect for you. You have my respect. But it's just that for me, I just didn't have that sense of fulfillment. It's like it's more of my problem, like me problem. And then I moved on to computer science because I was also fascinated with designing web pages because I was into like I had a blog. I had multiple blogs.
Really?
Yeah, blog websites.
Yeah, a blogger. Huh?
I was a blogger. I still have it.
Yeah.
Actually, so I liked designing web pages, and I don't know. I just enjoy it.
Is my thing still blue?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Is mine?
Yeah.
So anyway, I took that a whole first year of it, and then I was feeling the same thing.
Really? You took a full year of it?
Yeah, a full year of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was actually, well, my brother was like a year ahead of me, I think, and I was going to the same school as he was, and he was there to like guide me, obviously, but I'm like, okay, I like what I'm learning, but it's like it's not exciting me or something. There's no what do you call it? There's no thrill for me.